Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 5-minute virus-free Friday. A little bit of inspiration for your weekend that will not contain the 5 syllables coronavirus, my promise. Today, I want to read you a beautiful piece by poet and author Clarissa Pinkola Estes. It's called "We Were Made for These Times," and I have been reflecting on this piece over and over ever since I found it, which has been years, but for some reason, especially this week, on the anniversary of kind of the official designation of this pandemic, I want to offer this to you just as a little pick-me-up and some hope and inspiration. I hope you enjoy it. My friends, do not lose heart. We were made for these times. I have heard from so many recently who are deeply and properly bewildered. They are concerned about the state of affairs in our world now. Ours is a time of almost daily astonishment and often righteous rage over the latest degradations of what matters most to civilized, visionary people. You are right in your assessments. The luster and hubris some have aspired to while endorsing acts so heinous against children, elders, everyday people, the poor, the unguarded, the helpless, is breathtaking. Yet I urge you, I ask you, I gentle you to please not spend your spirit dry bewailing these difficult times. Especially, do not lose hope. The fact is, we were made for these times. Yes, for years we've been learning and practicing. We've been in training for and just waiting to meet on this exact plane of engagement. I grew up on the Great Lakes and recognize a seaworthy vessel when I see one. Regarding awakened souls, there have never been more able vessels in the water than there are right now across the world. And they are fully provisioned and are able to signal one another as never before in the history of humankind. Look out over the prow. There are millions of boats of righteous souls on the waters with you. Even though your veneers may shiver from every wave in this stormy royal, I assure you that the long timbers composing your prow and rudder come from a greater forest. That long-grained lumber is known to withstand storms, to hold together, to hold its own, and to advance regardless. In any dark time, there is a tendency to veer toward fainting over how much is wrong or unmended in the world. Do not focus on that. There is a tendency, too, to fall into being weakened by dwelling on what is outside your reach, on what cannot be. Do not focus there. That is spinning the wind without raising the sail. We are needed. That is all we can know. And though we meet resistance, we more so will meet great souls who will hail us, love us, guide us, and we will know them when they appear. Didn't you say you were a believer? Didn't you say you pledged to listen to a greater voice? Didn't you ask for grace? Don't you remember that to be in grace means to submit to a voice greater? Ours is not the task of fixing the entire world all at once, but of stretching out to mend the part of the world that is within our reach. Any small, calm thing that one soul can do to help another soul, to assist some portion of this poor, suffering world, will help immensely. It is not given to us to know which acts or by whom will cause the critical mass to tip toward an enduring good. What is needed for dramatic change is an accumulation of acts, adding to, adding more, continuing. We know that it does not take everyone on earth to bring justice and peace, but only a small, determined group who will not give up during the first, second, or 100th gale. One of the most powerful and calming actions you can do to intervene in this stormy world is to stand up and show your soul A soul on deck shines like gold in these dark times. The light of the soul throws sparks, can send up flares, build signal fires, cause proper matters to catch fire. To display the lantern of the soul in shadowy times like these, to be fierce and to show mercy toward others, both are acts of immense bravery and of the greatest necessity. Struggling souls catch light from other souls who are fully lit and willing to show it. If you would help calm this tumult, this is one of the strongest things you can do. There will always be times when you feel discouraged. I too have felt despair many times in my life, but I do not keep a chair for it. I will not entertain it. It is not allowed to eat from my plate. The reason is this: in my uttermost bones, I know something as you do. It is that there can be no despair when you remember why you came to earth, when you remember who you serve and who sent you here. The good words we say and the good deeds we do are not ours. They are words and deeds of the one who brought us here. In that spirit, I hope you will write this thought on your wall. When a great ship is in harbor and moored, it is safe. There can be no doubt. But that is not what great ships are built for. Powerful words from poet Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I hope that gives you something to think on, lifts you up, and brings you some power and inspiration this weekend and for next week. And until we see you again, I look forward to, I hope you have a good week, and I look forward to seeing you at our next 5-Minute Virus-Free Friday.